Austin, Texas. Nice to see you, Mr. Mayor. Jonathan, nice to see you as well. Mr. Mayor, I'm going to begin with you, if I may.
Good morning.
A good morning to you. So give me a sense of the scope of the damage. I guess for you it is a good morning because, as we were mentioning, not very many injuries, no deaths to report. How bad is it?
Well, we're still assessing this situation, but it looks like the Dallas-Fort Worth area really dodged a bullet. I mean, we've got hundreds and hundreds of homes destroyed, but amazingly, no fatalities, as you mentioned. And I think we've counted 3 people taken to the hospital. I mean, we're looking at a miracle here. It really is something amazing.
I very rarely use the word miracle, but I think you're right in this case because those pictures look terrible. How many folks do you have in shelters? Do you know the count of that yet, sir?
We're over 100 in a couple of shelters in the area and in East Texas. So we've got people spending the nights there. Really, hundreds of people have been displaced. Those tractor trailers were picked up. It's more than one. It was several. I saw them. They were put in the back of homes, and those homes were just flattened. It was amazing that there was nobody in those homes. Fortunately, I think everybody was at work. They had early warnings, so somehow this thing all worked out.
The trailer of the tractor trailer weighs 14,000 pounds. The tractor part of the tractor trailer weighs 20,000 pounds.
Whoa, look at that. You could see how wide of a swath that tornado cut through that trailer, factory, and into the forest and then into the homes. It was amazing.
Oh, just stunning to watch while you're talking, sir. We're showing pictures of that thing, literally flying. Oh my gosh, flying through the air. So how much damage was done? Before I hop over to talk to Jonathan for a minute, Mr. Mayor, how much damage overall was done? Will you know an exact number, figure, anytime in the next 24 hours?
Yeah, it'll be a couple of days before we get the exact dollar amount. In Dallas, we're talking about not 100 homes, but in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it'll probably be about 300 homes as I kind of look at the early reports.
All right. Mr. Mayor, I thank you very much. Let's turn to Jonathan Cook now.
Thank
Jonathan,
you.
My pleasure, sir. Appreciate it. You were in a bank, if I'm not mistaken, and the storm struck. What did you see?
Yes, yesterday I was in a meeting, and the office that I was in had 2 windows in the room, and I had no warning that bad weather was even on its way, but we saw lightning strike, which we thought was just about 50 yards away, and immediately following lightning was a loud clap of thunder, and about 10 seconds later, same thing, lightning followed by thunder, super close. And so about that time, I looked out the window, and I saw hail coming down, and I saw rain pouring, so I said, I got to go.
So why would you say you got to go? Because you went into your truck, which I would think would be a really unwise thing to do in a terrible, terrible storm, but I guess it was the right decision for you. Why did you get in your truck, and what did you see around your truck?
Well, there was hail coming down, and our vehicles were unprotected, and we had no idea that the weather was going to get worse. And so I was trying to protect my vehicle from the hail damage, and so I drove just across the street to a racetrack gas station where many people were taking shelter, and just about 2 minutes after I pulled in, a National Weather Service truck pulled in with his 2-way radio going, and it said, he said there's about 2 tornadoes in the area, and they're only about a quarter mile from us. Well, right when he said that, a girl that was taking shelter with us pointed up with 2 fingers and said, look up there. And whenever we looked up, we saw 2 tornadoes at the same time touch down about 1/8 of a mile up from us. And a guy behind her said, turn around, and there was another funnel cloud that we never saw touch down forming behind us as well. So it was a pretty scary situation for a second there. And whenever those tornadoes touched down, they weren't down very long, but we found out later that those were 2 of the first tornadoes that touched down that went into Kennedale area in South Arlington.
Oh my goodness, well, it's good news that you are okay, and I'm told that your family and friends are okay as well. Jonathan Cook, he's a band member with a band called Forever the Sickest Kids. So what I think we'll do in honor of Jonathan, who's joining us, we'll see if we can play some of his music in our playlist this morning. Thanks, Jonathan. Glad to see that you're doing well. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks for having us. Glad everyone's safe.
Yeah, us too. All right, let's get to Christine. She's got to look at some of the other headlines this morning. Hey, Christine, good morning.